friends, it's Carly, and I'm so excited you were joining us as we have a video hop to celebrate and show off the new Alex Syberia Designs Christmas release. This is a really fun collection, and this hop is going to be packed with inspiration and ideas and prizes too. So make sure you check out the video description to learn more about all of that, and let me show you what I made. So I'm creating a shaker, and that might seem a little predictable, but you can't give me a gorgeous big word phrase die and expect me not to make a shaker, right guys? So of course I'm making a shaker, and I'm starting by making my shaker window panel. So I tacked down the Holly Jolly die to a piece of heavyweight cardstock, and I ran it through my die cut machine. And now I am gently taking out the die cut words and all the inside pieces to save for later. Now I'm going to grab a folded card, and I'm going to give it a little bit of color. And the reason I die cut my shaker window panel first, the one that says Holly Jolly, is because then I can use it as a guide to make sure I'm getting color everywhere I need it and getting it as much coverage as I want. Now after I got the pink layer down, I let it dry for just a few minutes, and then I'm going to use some skinny masking tape to create some stripes. Now the tape I'm using is a low tack masking tape, but I like to make sure that it's really not going to pull up my project and rip it. So I usually stick it on my arm, on my table, maybe on my shirt, just to make sure I really take down the stickiness a notch before I start using it on my project. And here I'm using it to create some diagonal stripes. So I'm putting each piece of tape next to each other. And this is just kind of a cheat so that I don't have to measure. So I put down one piece of tape, put down a second piece of tape, put down a third piece of tape, and then remove the second piece of tape. And that way I don't have to worry about if my spacing is even, and I don't have to measure anything. It's a great hack for making stripes without measuring. I don't want to have to think that much. I just want to tape and have fun. Now once that the stripes are ready to go, I am going to grab a red ink and a blending tool, and I'm going to go over the stripes. So the initial background was Kitsch Flamingo, that beautiful pink, and now I'm doing Festive Berries red over it. Once I get the coverage that I want with the red, I'm going to carefully remove those pieces of tape. And the more you kind of pull it over on itself, the better it seems to be. You might see at the end I get a little bit too rough maybe, and I did tear a little tiny bit of pink. But since this is going to be the background in my shaker, I don't think that it will be noticeable, and that's okay. Now over these stripes, I want to make a little shaker pocket. So I'm using a scrap of plastic packaging, and I'm putting some strong double-sided tape around all four edges. Now, if you didn't want to do a little pocket shaker, you absolutely could use foam adhesive to build a shaker container around this. That would work perfectly, and it would really give you lots of fun options for what you could put as shaker bits, like cute little peppermint candies I've seen, or candy canes, or any just kind of like clay confetti bits and beads. Oh my gosh, the options are so endless for Christmas. I really love it, but I am also really addicted to glitter, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm just making mine a skinny pocket. So I'm going to put the liner paper off of 3 sides, put it down, and leave that top open so that here I can add the glitter. So I'm going to hold the pocket open and shake in a little bit of the super chunky glitter that I love so much. And once I've got enough in there, it needs a little bit more, but once I've got enough, I'm just going to take that last liner paper off and seal the pocket shut. But before we actually adhere the Holly Jolly window panel on top, I think it needs a little bit more fun stuff. So I'm going to grab the Christmas postage stamp set and add a few little postmarks to this panel. So it takes me a few tries to kind of physically lay it out and figure out what I want it to look like. But once I think I've got it, I am going to close my MISTI lid to pick up those stamps, ink them up, and then stamp them onto a piece of acetate that I'm going to put over my actual die cut panel. This way I can check and make sure I actually like how it looks, or that I've got the spacing right, or the alignment, or whatever it is. If I don't like it, it gives me a chance to try again and fix it. And if I do like it, then I can just get the acetate out of the way, clean it off, and then stamp or ink up my stamps and stamp again onto my actual panel. And this one was funny because I love all of the stamps in the Christmas postage stamp set so much. I kind of wanted all of them, but then I was like, well, it doesn't make sense. And where would the postage marks actually go? And I was like trying to be like strangely logical about it. And it's like, Carly, it doesn't matter where it goes. It doesn't matter what it would look like on a real envelope. This is a shaker card. Put them wherever makes your heart happy. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up adding the ones that just made my heart happy in exactly the place that made me happy. And then added bonus, it ended up with a little bit of a visual triangle. So we have all the like black, the 2 postage marks, and then the little sentiment, and you get kind of a visual triangle. And so that was just like a happy accident, but it's good to have it there. Now, the last thing I want to do before I adhere this is add a little bit of faux splatter. So I just grab some black pens and dot them around, making it look like I spilled ink or flicked paint on it. After I'm happy with the splatter, I'm going to grab my liquid glue and put all around the back of this panel, especially around all these die cut letters, to make sure that when I put it over my pocket, it gets really good and stuck down. A nice press under some acrylic blocks helps too. After letting it sit for a few minutes, I am going to grab the positive die cut from earlier, so the Holly Jolly that has all the little letter insides, and I'm going to add liquid glue just to the letter inside part. And then I can inlay this piece back in on my shaker window and press down those little letter insides to make it so that they are on my card. Now, all of my letters and letter middles were still together after die cutting. That doesn't always happen, but you could still easily lay the letters down and then use them as a guide to put the little spaces and letter middles back in. After I've got them in, which I found one I missed, then I give them a good press, and then here is the finished card in good lighting. I love how it turned out. I love this collection from Alex Syberia Designs, and I'm so honored that they asked me to join the fun. Now, don't forget to hop along with us, find all that information in the video description, and have a wonderful day. Happy crafting!